So I forgot to say this. Thank you. I'm going to enjoy those tickets, Godfather. You come here on the day of the podcast.
But yeah, it's like Panthers, Saints, Patriots, Broncos, and one other team, which is not an easy...
Chargers?
It might be the Chargers.
I mean, it makes sense for the AFC.
Two winnable games.
Chiefs. They play the Chiefs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who it is. So, yeah, it's gonna be a tough end of the season. I still think we're about a 6-win team, and those wins will be the Broncos and maybe the Patriots, surprisingly.
Because the Patriots are going to mail it in.
Because we go 1-1 against them.
Our guys from Not a Clue podcast said Benjamin played a full season in 2014 and 2016.
Okay.
Well, then he didn't.
You call it a full season in 2016. My fantasy team says otherwise.
Yeah, well, then unfortunately those years were not memorable.
Yes.
He was supposed to be better than that.
All right, let's move on. Lions 27, Bears 24. Lions look pretty bad. Or did the Bears look pretty good?
Bears defense and running game is solid. Lions, it's a divisional game, so it's always going to be tougher.
You're playing against Mitch Trubisky.
I think the Bears are better than we thought they were going to be. Thought they were going to be.
They are who we thought they were.
No, because they're playing in games that they're being competitive in games that I thought that they'd get shellacked. Yeah. That's why I say they're coming. I know they're not good.
Their defense is legitimately good.
And then the Giants get shellacked in games we thought they'd be competitive, like the 49ers.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is what the NFL is, but...
Well, that's football.
Well, that's football. And we'll get to that.
I mean, I don't know if it says... I think this game says more about the Bears team than it does the Lions. The Lions are still in a hunt. And I still think they're going to walk away with one of the wild card spots when it's all said and done.
Maybe. Really funny. ESPN and I think it was Bleacher Report, I don't know who else, shared a thing on Twitter. The Browns at 0-10 can still make the playoffs.
If these 47 things happen.
Exactly.
You like the math of it.
Yep.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. We got the Ravens 23, Packers 0. Maybe Kaepernick should be in Wisconsin.
The
Packers without Aaron Rodgers are
just a team.
Nothing anyone is concerned about.
The Packers with Aaron Rodgers this year, they were suspect.
Right, but they were only suspect because, even a quarterback cannot carry an entire team himself. He can't play both sides of the ball.
You ask people. Colin Kaepernick did to the Super Bowl all the way, despite the fact that they had the best defense in the NFL that season. Also got 7 wins with Alex Smith that season.
What's the next game?
I was gonna say I don't think anyone actually said that Kaepernick did it himself.
Yes.
People bring this argument up to me all of the time.
They're silly.
When I say that Kaepernick is not statistically that good of a quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, is he better than Brett Hundley? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Am I better than Brett Hundley? Well, I haven't thrown an interception in the NFL yet.
Possibly. I think at this point I should walk on and try out as a quarterback for some of these teams.
I've got a feeling.
Listen, I could do what Peterman did.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Exactly.
I mean, you could have won up to him. You could have got to 10.
I've never played a quarterback in my life, except for like backyard games where it's like, oh, look, here's my hand. All right, you're gonna go up this way, and then you're gonna go straight left, and then you're gonna go across, and you do it on the fly.
Fun story. 7th grade modified. I did play quarterback. In one game, we played against South Glens Falls. Our 2 quarterbacks both got kind of nicked up, and they didn't want to risk them getting hurt because South Glens Falls is a garbage team, and we were up by like 38 points. So come the 4th quarter, with about 2 minutes to go, I go in at quarterback. What do? I hand the ball off to Elijah Clay once. He gets a first down. It's time for Dan Snyder to take a knee 3 times.
Epic. But yeah, I'm pretty sure my backyard, hand-drawn play antics would be more successful than what I'm seeing from like a third of NFL teams at this point. It's ridiculous. And if I was Kaepernick's lawyer, I would be having a field day.
He is having a field day. He's watching all
My
of this.
God. You're going to say Hundley? You're going to say
Well, at this
Savage.
Wait. No,
Osweiler.
they can't use that argument in its entirety because teams have also come and said it would divide our locker room. We can't do it.
That's fine, but it does help his lawyer's point.
It does.
That's what we're saying at this point, because there are some quarterbacks out there, like mentioned, Savage, Brock Lobster, just bad play.
Lobster got benched, by the way. Paxton Lynch is starting.
Which I want to see what Paxton Lynch is. I'm
going to guess garbage.
No, I don't think so. I think Paxton Lynch, let him get past 6 games, and you will see him progress.
There's not 6 games left. Or are there?
There
are just 6 games
Yeah,
left.
but I'm talking about, in total. Because he's got, a third of a game? Let him get 6 games in, and you will see him progress every week. I
might
guarantee.
pick him up in my 2 QB league. I started Nathan Peterman this week.
Well, you're an idiot.
I lost. I'm desperate.
I started Carson Wentz and I lost.
Drew Stanton, so...
You know, it was a good pickup, Phillip Rivers, last minute.
Oh, what a jerk. The person I was playing against had Phillip Rivers, and I lost by 1.2 points. Because the Cowboys had to stop a meaningless 2-point conversion. That would have got me 2 points, and I would have won.
All right, who's next game?
Jaguars 19, Browns 7. Browns in the game for most of it.
Yeah, that was a closer game than that because there was a strip sack that was returned for a touchdown like right at the end there.
Isn't that like 3 weeks in a row?
Actually, if you watch the Browns' last couple of games, they're surprisingly in games for the majority of them and then lose them in the fourth.
They're a good team.
They're not bad. They're not as bad as everyone seems to think.
They're not.
They have a bad quarterback.
They're not 7 wins like I said they'd be.
They're not Lal Browns, though. People still say they are, but those people are not really watching. And the Browns have so many picks this year. They can...
And injuries.
They can pick, like... They're an entire new squad from this draft. They have so many picks that they're bound to strike some gold in there.
They're also
Josh Gordon.
getting Josh Gordon, and Corey Coleman came back last week.
And Coleman looked solid. Josh Gordon is the god. I told you guys to pick him up months ago at this point. I've had him on my fantasy teams.
I've got to find someone because Robert Woods got hurt.
Yeah. So it is the god. He will return against the Chargers next week. I'm so excited. I can't wait for Josh Gordon to just
watch him rip off like 225
on all the haters.
But what happens though if he goes for like 1 catch for 7 yards for the rest of the season?
Do
we give him a pass because he's been out?
They need to put someone else in at quarterback then that can just chuck the ball in his general direction.
I mean,
he'll get it.
At this point, I kind of just want to have him run Wildcat.
Just get him
at quarterback.
Just have him launch it like at like a 60-degree angle, and then he can just throw it to himself.
If Jerry Reese doesn't get fired by the end of the season, I know how he's going to get fired. Calling up the Browns, we'll trade you Eli for Deshaun Kaiser.
Oh no,
that would get Jerry Reese fired immediately.
Yeah, no, Jerry Reese wouldn't even be able to finish the phone call because somebody would cut in and be like, sorry, that was a prank. Nobody's calling you. Click and being like, Jerry, we're going to need you to come down here. Bring your iPad and your badge.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll clean out your
Jaguars
office.
Jaguars defense is still fantastic.
Saxonville.
Offense is a little worrying. Bortles is not good.
And we know
is hurt.
Yeah.
He's playing banged up. He's still playing
playing really well.
But that's a little concerning because I think that's the same ankle that played him in college.
Not a Clue podcast. The irony would be Josh Gordon get 4 receptions for 20 yards.
That would be the irony.
I'm pretty sure that's Brad chiming in.
Actually,
very well done, Brad.
If he did that, I would kind of feel like it was on purpose.
Yeah, he would do the Brandon Marshall.
I'm sorry. I have 4 catches for 20 yards. Yep, wide open going for the end zone. He just knocks it down.
He Brandon Marshall it. Yeah.
He's like, what are we hoping to gain here? We're 0-10.
Texans 31, Cardinals 21. Cardinals are B.A. damn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You let Tom Savage beat you.
I'm not really sure why Blaine Gabbert is starting again for the Cardinals.
Because Stanton's hurt, right?
He was, but they're saying I saw a lot of analysts saying, Gabbert played well enough to keep the starting seat. I'm like, were we watching the same game? Because I didn't see him playing well. The Texans' offense certainly isn't something that the Cardinals' defense needed to worry about. So, where were the turnovers coming from? The Cardinals are bad. Gabbert is bad. I think he's worse than Stanton.
Not Yo Gabba. No. If this were baseball, I'd take Stanton in a heartbeat because he was drafted.
I'll be honest with you, I kind of forgot that Blaine Gabbert was in the league.
He shouldn't be.
I really like it.
I mean, he's only in the league to remind us that Colin Kaepernick still doesn't have a job.
Yeah, he was the third one I was forgetting.
Yep. All right. Vikings 24, Rams 7. This is what I was going to get to just a few minutes ago. If the Bills are out, and the Jets are out, and the Giants are out, and the Cowboys are out, are we going to become Vikings fans?
I'm down.
Because we like Teddy Bridgewater.
I don't have any bad blood for the Vikings.
Can we make that pact right now?
Sure.
If the Cowboys, Jets, Giants, and Bills don't make the playoffs, we are all in on I've got a Thielen Bridgewater.
I actually think personally right now, active-wise, that I was making this argument on Sunday. We were bowling for our makeup. We can't bowl on Thanksgiving, obviously.
Shomer Shabbos.
Right, well, obviously. But I was making the argument that they may have the best 1-2 punch as far as wide receivers. Certainly the most underrated 1-2 punch. With Thielen and Diggs, those two are electrifying if you can get the ball in their hands. They pull in everything. Like you see these wide receivers, like we were talking about Williams. It happened with others. Like for one, I can say right now, Amari Cooper. They're getting balls that are hitting them in the hands and they're not coming down on them. They're making difficult catches and securing them.
Keenum is not very good at all. He's I still think below average. And if you watch his passes, they're not quality throws, but Thielen and Diggs will come down with anything thrown their direction, and their route running is superb. I watched them break the ankles of very good defenders on the Rams. Thielen especially. He did this one stutter step inside head fake and then went on a seam route outside and just the defender that was on him, who I forget off the top of my head,
standing still,
went for the fake and then was just knew he was beat and just like was.
I mean, it's pretty impressive
from his ankles being shattered.
Really quickly, Brad from Not a Clue said, "Over the line." A clear Big Lebowski reference. Yes. I just
want it as a 0.
Yeah, it's 0.
I'd like to point out too that you said Shabbos, but you don't turn on the oven, so no Thanksgiving either.
All right. I don't want to let go of the fact. I don't want to let go of the fact that our NFC Championship game and AFC Championship game could involve the quarterbacks Case Keenum, Jared Goff, Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah,
Tyrod Taylor. Hold on. Tyrod Taylor and Trevor Siemian, Paxton Lynch, or Brock Osweiler.
It could even include Blaine Gabbert.
Blaine Gabbert. Yes, Blaine Gabbert's the only one I was thinking
I'm
of.
sorry, not Blaine Gabbert.
Blake Bortles.
Yeah, the other bad one from Jacksonville.
Yes. Could you imagine the Super Bowl being Blake Bortles and Case Keenum?
There comes a new argument to defense wins championships. The one thing I will say in Case Keenum's defense, though, that I do like about him as a quarterback, because I agree with you, I think he's on the bottom end of the spectrum.
He gets it done.
He he's not going to lose you a game.
Yeah, he's not stupid.
He
He's just
may
very
not
good.
make great accurate passes, but he's also not going to put it in a place where it's likely to get picked up.
Yeah, I'm not putting him down there with Gabbert and things. I think he's at least a tier above them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yo, this dude playing for Chaminade, the one at the line right now, college basketball, he looks like he's like 40.
And the other thing is that I'm kind of impressed with their run game considering Dalvin Cook went down. Latavius Murray is running well. McKinnon that
McKinnon's
looks like a
been
1-2
fantastic.